It's been a struggle for a long time to understand how to respond to a criticism. Very often in our lives, we find people blaming us, insulting us, and sometimes criticizing us. Yes, of course, they have their own reasons, but it has been a struggle for a long time to understand what to do and how do we really manage such a situation where we are being blamed or criticized by someone. So, the answer to the question, how do we respond to criticism, lies in another question, who is criticizing you and why? So, if you want the answer for the first question, you must get the answer for the second question. So, let's have a discussion on the second question first. Who is criticizing you and why? In our lives, many people blame you, many people criticize you in different situations for different reasons at different levels. So I have divided those people into four categories, four types. Type 1, I call them caretakers. These are the people who really care for you. They cherish your success. They enjoy your victory more than you. They always look up to you. They want you to be happy and successful every time. For example, your parents, your family members, or your best friends who really want you to be happy and successful, or someone in your office who really likes you so much and wants you to be happy all the time. So I call them caretakers. And sometimes, type 1, the so called caretakers, blame you. And type 2 people, I call them authority. Yes, the name itself says, what does authority mean? For example, the boss in your company may blame you for some reason because he is paying you. Or if you are a tenant in a house and your relationship with your house owner is in a certain way, your house owner might feel superior because you are staying in his house, and so on. So type 2, I call them authority. Especially when money is involved, they blame you for that reason. Or blaming you is their job, especially confined to the work. And type 3, I call them troublemakers. Yes, troublemakers are those people who really want you in troubles. They keep blaming you for every reason, irrespective of the fact. Even though they know that what you have done is right in certain situations, they keep insulting you, they keep pointing you out. You may be wondering, why do they do that? They may be doing it because it's a part of their job, or they may be doing it because blaming you will really give them more strength, or they may be envious of you, so they think only if they blame you, they're happy. So type 3 people, I call them troublemakers. And the last category, or the last type, type 4, I call them passing clouds. These are the people who really don't stay in your life for a long time. So I name them passing clouds. And the point is, these fourth type people called passing clouds, even they blame you, the point is they are really not serious about it. They don't really mean it. They simply pass comments on you, they simply insult you, and they really don't mean it. They are not serious about it because they really don't know much about you. But even they do it, they keep blaming you because they enjoy that for a silly reason, or for the sake of time pass, or they may be something called gossip mongers, or so on. So type 4, I name them passing clouds. So now that I have discussed with you, I have shared with you four types of people. I'll repeat. Type 1, I call them caretakers, and type 2, I call them authority, and type 3, I call them troublemakers, and type 4, I call them passing clouds. Now the main point, coming back to the main point, how do we respond? I have a very simple way of talking about it. There are just two ways to respond. Number 1, communicate. This is applicable for the type 1 and type 2. Yes, in the case of caretakers and authority, sometimes proper communication from our side will really solve the problem. And second way to respond is ignore. Ignoring people sometimes is very important, and this can be applicable, this can be applied in the type 3 and type 4, especially in the case of troublemakers and passing clouds. Ignoring them is really important rather than getting into conversations with them or trying to convince them because they have decided to do it. And there is a final word I want to have with you. Irrespective of the category the blamers belong to, if the comment or if the criticism is really a logical point that is going to help you, yes, don't hesitate to take it and really correct yourselves. So I have just 3 suggestions to really manage criticism. Number 1, communicate if possible. Number 2, ignore if the person is really to be ignored. And number 3, correct yourselves if there is really something to be corrected. We have 2 options in our life. You are reactive, you are proactive. I'm sure being proactive really is helpful.